David is saying, how does Michael get around? Let's highlight the comment. How does Michael get around the copyright when doing the reaction videos? Interesting. And this question, Michael, both applies to the audio, which is the singing, and the video. How do you go about that?
Oh, that is a very good question. So, if it was, say, I was doing a song cover, just like a song cover, you have to be obviously very careful. So, I try my best to use karaoke sort of backgrounds, like when I'm doing song covers, and then for the reaction series that I'm going to be doing, because it's people I know, they're like sons or song covers. So, if I might be reacting to their song covers, I've got permission from all the people I know that I'm going to be reacting to. I've got permission from them. Obviously, try and maybe mention in this video that this is not for, that no copyright intended. Put that in the description of the video, mention that in the video. And then, because obviously when I've tried to react to more famous singers before in the past, one or twice, it can be very, you never know if it's going to get copyrighted or not, because it doesn't always. It just depends, if you're in a certain country, if it's things. So I think try best with reaction videos. Make sure you put no copyright into it. Say if you were a vocal coach, say put this is for educational purposes. This is for people to learn more about the singer. You just maybe just put very certain things in the description that mentioned in the video, so people know that YouTube knows that it's not copyright. Because I think you never know when it's going to happen, but just be very. There's ways around it, but just try your best.
Right, and if I could add something to it, the Creative Commons attribution, about every 10 seconds, you have to have some sort of addition added to the original content, whether both visually and vocally, as far as sound and a video goes. So about every 10 seconds, you have to have some kind of creative addition to it, so it can qualify as a Creative Commons attribution on top of to what you're saying, and but mentioning it verbally in your videos, mentioning it through text in your descriptions, mentioning
Definitely.
it on through text on your screen as well. Definitely. But at the end of the day, like you said, nothing is guaranteed. We can only do our best. And with Creative Commons attribution, with reaction videos, the more we add our own touch and twist to the original content, the safer we are, from my understanding goes. PCG team has a comment for you, Michael. Lovely to hear, Michael. There you go. There you go. You have fans out there. Amazing. And another question David has is, does copyright matter if the reaction video isn't monitored?
I think. Oh, that's a good question. I think if you get copyright strike, you have to be very, very careful. As I know people who've got copyright strike. I have it for certain things, so I think you have to be very careful. I think if it isn't monitored, because YouTube doesn't have it, as it's bad things with subscribers and things. So I think if it was, especially if you'd uploaded the music video or something without any reaction or anything, it would be probably more likely to think it. So I think the monitor what you're using the song for, maybe if you're reacting to it, if you're doing a cover of it, it just depends, I think, what sort of you're using the song for. But if there's laws against it, then maybe can't always use it.
Understood. David saying, sorry, don't mean to bug, just curious. David, no worries whatsoever.
No problem.
You're a great addition to the podcast, and we always appreciate our viewers' feedback. It makes us feel more connected together, because at the end of the day, this is a community effort. Even though it's a cyber community, but at the end of the day, it's a community effort. We got Michael all the way from the other side of the world. We got me on the other side of the world. We got David a few hours away from here. We got PCG team somewhere in America. So yeah, it definitely it's a community event.